Hello there, and welcome to the Sunflower Art Kit with Rumbles the Elephant. So this is what you get in your kit. You get 4 highlighting Sharpies. You get 5 to 6 pods of paint. You get a black Sharpie. You get a package of sunflower seeds that you can start as soon as you get the kit. Start growing them in a little pot and put them outside on your veranda or balcony, and then you can transplant them when the warm weather comes. You get a homemade magnet, a button for your backpack or your bulletin board, a nice little bookmark, and a couple of paintbrushes. So I'm just going to set this aside and we're going to paint our sunflower. So I've got a couple of samples here to show you, and I'm Sheila McPhee, the artist and the creator of the Sunflower Kit, and I hope you enjoy it as much fun and have as much fun as I did creating it. It was just super fun. So those are our samples of our sunflowers. Just going to set those aside there so you can see them. So this is what I created, and you'll need a paper towel to clean your brushes. And I've got my little pots of water here. I recycled my yogurt containers. They make really awesome little pots for your water. And I like to have 2 or 3 pots for each brush. It just cleans your brush so much better. And then I recycle food containers, these plastic containers for my palette to put my paint in. So they really come in handy. Super. So we're just going to set those aside. And then this is the pre-sketch canvas that you get in your kit. One of them, there's 3. And we're going to take our black Sharpie and we're going to start tracing over the outline of the Sharpie on the canvas. Outline with the Sharpie over the image. And then you just trace around each petal like that. And this really is a handy little technique to help you guide you through your painting. And it helps your painting really pop out, and it gives you a super outline. And even after you finish your painting, you'll see what we can do after with the Sharpie. So they really come in handy. I love painting with my Sharpies. And the nice thing about a canvas board, they're very sturdy, and you can hold it in one hand and paint with the other. And you don't really need, sometimes you really need a flat surface to paint on, but with the canvas boards, it's perfect. I really like them, so I was super happy that I could pre-sketch those canvases for you in the Sunflower Art Kit. So this is our single sunflower that's in the kit, and we're almost finished tracing over the lines with our black Sharpie. There you go. Now another little technique which I've included in this kit, this is what I love doing. We're going to start at the top with our Sharpie again, and we're going to make a new line, but following the shape of the sunflower. It's about, it's just a little bit away from the original design. I work in inches, so to me that's about 1/4 of an inch. I'm not sure what it is in centimeters. So you continue along and make a new line with your Sharpie. It's like making a parallel line with the original design. And just go in and keep going along to the bottom of your sunflower. And there you go. Looks awesome already, doesn't it? So we'll put our Sharpie aside, and we'll get our paintbrushes. And I think I did these 2 backgrounds in blue, a darker blue, which you get in your paint kit, and then I combined a darker blue down here and moved up into the turquoise and a lighter blue. But I think with this one, and that's up to you. Like, you can decide whatever color you want to paint your background, and I'll leave that with you. But I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a little water on my brush, get some paper towel, a little water on my brush, and just dab it on my towel. And I'm going to pick up some paint, pink paint. Oh, and I'm just going to throw it on the canvas, not. So let's move that out of the way. Too much water. So I'm going to start painting my background pink with a little bit of pink, and I'm going to just pick up a little bit of yellow in there. And I'm going to move my brush in all different directions. And you don't want to just go, I mean, you could go that way and then that way, but in this particular painting, I just want it to be fun and swirly twirly and make it really, really light and pretty. Yeah, so the pink and the yellow make a lovely, lovely combination. I love it, love it. So pretty. You can never have too much pink in a painting. But then I love yellow and orange too. It's very springy. So you don't need a lot of paint. Don't blob it on too much because we want it to dry fairly quickly so we can add our details to it. And we're going to go right in close to that second line. And don't worry about going over that second line because we can come back to that later. Pick up a little bit more yellow and just continue filling in that background. The pink just, I don't know what it is about pink. It just makes everything pop, doesn't it? So pretty. Very pretty. More pink. Down at the bottom. Just go in close to that second line. There we go. So in your kit, you got 3 pre-sketched canvases. And so it's a nice variety. And this one, it's featuring Rumbles the elephant. You get two sunflower paintings, one single one and one a bouquet of sunflowers. So you get a nice variety. And you get this step-by-step tutorial to follow along. It's always good to have a guide, and just sometimes you need a little direction of where to get started and how to move your paint and what to do. So, and then you have your pre-sketched canvases. I'm using the paint for this one. There's pots of paint, and there's also highlighters, and I've done a tutorial how to do it with highlighters, which is super fun as well. So you just fill in that background right up to that second line, black line that we created. There you go. There. Whoa, holy cow. Wow, it's just like, just amazingly ablaze. This sunflower is just coming right out of the earth, isn't it? It's making a statement already. Wow. So we're going to rinse. We're going to put that brush in there. I think I'm going to go to a smaller brush now. The smaller brush that's in your kit. Put a little water on it. And we're going to pick up just yellow, just some yellow, and start filling in those petals. And don't fill the petals in solid. Just kind of swipe the paint in there loosely. And see, you don't need much paint on your brush at all, especially when you've wet it, because the water makes it movable. It'll move the paint for you. And the nice thing about acrylic paint is that it is water soluble, and you can really make it almost into a watercolor technique. But we won't do that there. So you just fill that here. We'll just fill in those petals with your yellow, like that, and just swipe it in with your brush. And like I said, don't worry about going over that black mark, that black outline. We'll come back to that later. So finish that, fill them in, very nice. So then rinse your brush and just take your brush and hold it flat to your paper towel and pull it out so you don't want it go like that. It's easy. It's easier on your brush if you hold it flat into the paper towel and wipe it out like that. Now we're going to take some orange. I'm going to go back to those petals and start filling in those petals, those little bits, the spaces that we didn't fill in with yellow, right? I'm going to pick up just a little bit of water. See how that moves it nicely? Yep, moves it with ease, really. Very nice. And you know, sunflowers are, well, number one, they're such a strong, stately flower, but they're also, there's quite a few different shades of sunflowers. There's, of course, yellows and golds and oranges, and I've seen burgundies and reds and pinks and blacks. Like where I live in Fredericton, New Brunswick, Canada, it's on the east coast, about an hour from here. There's a sunflower festival every year at this place called the Green Pig. That's where the sunflower festival is. And it is amazing. It is a festival to behold. And I went there last summer. First time I was ever there. And they had thousands and thousands of sunflowers in this field. It was the most, I didn't want to leave it. I just wanted to sit down and stay there forever. It was so beautiful, just so beautiful. So I took a lot of photos and I made a really cool sunflower calendar out of it. So that was pretty awesome. I'll probably do the same thing for next year. So there's our sunflower. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, it's popping. It is just popping already. Now for the outline, this space right here, I think what I'm going to do, I love the turquoise. What do you think? I think the turquoise is going to look really pretty here. It's a nice little contrast. Oh, it is. So you just start filling in that space with the turquoise paint. Pick up a little water. Help you move the paint. See, it almost looks like a watercolor, doesn't it? Wow, it's amazing. You can make that paint go a long ways. All it takes is a little dab of water. Oh, that looks stunning. I love it. I'm having a good time. And I sure hope you are too. Oh, I get so much pleasure out of painting. It just makes me happy. I feel happy. I can only paint when I'm happy. I can play music when I'm sad, but I can only paint when I'm happy. I tried that, and I can't paint if I'm in a negative state of mind. Positivity has to come out pretty on a canvas for me. I like painting, very free and very spontaneous. I've done hundreds, probably thousands of paintings, and I've done a lot of sunflowers. But everyone is different, and that's why yours is going to be different. So I can't wait to see yours, because when you finish your painting, what I'd like you to do is take a picture and send me the picture, and I'll put it on my online art gallery on my website at SheilaMcPhee.ca. And I'd love to feature you in the gallery there. It would be so nice to have you there. It'd be lovely. And I'm sure you're going to create a very unique individual piece of sunflower art. And there's something about a sunflower that makes you feel upbeat, happy, sunny, and joyful. And when you can take some paint and play with paint and create something beautiful that you really like to do, whether it's with your parents, your grandparents, your sibling, a neighbor, or maybe you want to take it on a road trip this summer. I'm sure everybody's anxious to get away, do something. So that's why I love the canvas boards. They're very sturdy to paint on. And look at that. Is that not coming together? Whoa, that is pretty. Okay, so now in the center, we're going to go back to our marker and we're going to start making some little marks. Nothing really perfect, just scribble some marks in there. And because the center of the sunflower usually is quite dark, has some browns and burgundies, but we're going to improvise and use what we have in the kit, like that. Oh yeah, that looks good. Looks good. And then just make some strategic, just spontaneous little marks in there with it, like that. I like it. Okay, now we're going to get back to our small paintbrush and a little bit of water and pick up some orange. Just pick up some orange. And just go in and around those little marks you made. Pick up some water, dilute that paint, and then pull in some of that black marker to help you with shading. And just move around and around all those little marks, like that. It's going to be a beautiful sunflower, you know. And the nice thing about these canvas boards, once you're finished, and don't forget to sign it. It's always good for an artist to sign their painting. Some people like to put the date on it, on the back, or, you just do whatever you want. But it's always nice to have that finished signature on the painting. So move that marker and that paint around like that. And just fill in those little white spots. And there you have the center of the painting. Isn't that sweet? Now, when the painting dries, take your marker again. And I'm not sure if I could see if there's some place that's dry. Okay, I'll show you. Okay, I think right here we're good. You're going to take your marker and go over those black lines again to really finish it off. And it's going to make it very, very lovely. Very nice. See, like that. So make sure your painting is really dry before you do this. Otherwise, you'll kind of mess up your marker. But it's a great, great way to finish off your painting and give it some distinction. So, see, oh, see how nice that is? It's going to be right there. So there you have it. And don't forget to sign it, the beautiful sunflower. So there we have a nice variety. We have the pink and orange sky, we have the dark blue sky, and then we have the variegated sky. So you do your sunflower the way you would like, okay? And I can't wait to see your painting. So I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Send me that picture. So we'll see you next time. Take care.